Welcome to our channel. In today's video we're going to look at how to integrate using integration by parts. So we have a question saying integrate 3t exponent to the power 2t with respect to t. So how can we integrate this question? So under integration by parts, we're going to use, or we are supposed to use, what we call eyelet. So eyelet is the mnemonic that we use when we are integrating by parts. Okay, so how do we use this eyelet, or what does this eyelet mean? We have this capital E, which stands for exponential functions. Then we have capital T, which is trigonometric functions, trig functions. Then we have capital A, which stands for algebraic functions. Okay, then capital L stands for logarithms, which is logarithmic functions. Then we have capital I, which is indices. Okay, so now how can we use this eyelet? So for example, in the question that we have been given, we are supposed to identify the types of functions that we have. So when we look at 3t, this falls under algebra. When you look at e to the power 2t, this falls under exponential functions. So which one is coming first on this eyelet? We have algebra and we have exponential function. Okay, so algebra comes first before exponent. So the one which comes first, you are supposed to let it be equal to u. Okay, so say let u be equal to 3t. Then what remains this side now supposed to be equal to dv. So dv equal to exponent to the power 2t dt. So that's how we use the eyelet. Okay, then what's the next step? So the next step now is to differentiate this function. So du, say du dx, since we are using a t, we say du dt equal to the differential of 3t, that is 3. Then after you differentiate, you make du to be the subject. So we balance with a 1 times du, we're having du equal to 3 dt. Okay, that means we're done with this side. Then this side now, where we have dv, we are supposed to integrate the function. We are supposed to integrate both sides. Okay, so it's going to be the integral of dv equal to the integral of exponent to the power 2t then dt. So the d and the integral cancels, and we're having v is equal to the integral of this now. So what's the integral of exponent to the power 2t? So when you're integrating exponential functions, we have exponent to the power 2t, then we divide by the differential of the power, which is a 2. Okay, then after we do that, we now substitute into the formula for integration by parts. So the formula is the integral of u then dv is equal to uv minus the integral of v then du. Okay, so this part we now substitute. What is our u? So our u is 3t. So we have 3t, then what is our dv? So dv is here. We have exponent to the power 2t then dt equal to, what is our u? So our u is 3t. We substitute by 3t, then what is our v? So where we have v, we substitute by this part, which is exponent to the power 2t divided by 2, then minus the integral of, what is our v? So our v, we have exponent to the power 2t then divided by 2, then what is our du? So our du is 3 dt. We have 3 dt. Okay, next step, we now multiply and simplify. So 3t times exponent to the power 2t, we're having 3t exponent to the power 2t over 2. Then minus, this side we have constants. The constant on the numerator we have a 3, on the denominator we have a 2. Then we have the integral of exponent to the power 2t dt. Okay, so this shows that we are supposed to integrate this. That's when now we're going to get the final answer. Okay, so let's now create space here. Alright, so now it's going to be 3t exponent to the power 2t divided by 2, then minus, we have 3 over 2. What's the integral of this now? So the integral of exponent, the power 2t will be e to the power 2t, then divided by 2. Then we now say plus c. This will now give us 3t exponent to the power 2t divided by 2. The minus, this will be 3 exponent to the power 2t over 4, 2 times 2, then plus c. At this point now, we can factorize what is common. So we see that 3 and 3 is common, then exponent to the power 2t is also common. Okay, then what about on the denominator? So factorize the 2, because 2 can go into 4. So this now into that, we're having positive t, then minus, here we now have 1 over 2, then plus c. So this is the final answer. That's how you integrate by parts.